Coming up on the South Florida High School Football Show, the Chaminade Madonna Lions are roaring in Broward County. Booker T is down but not out, and the Norland Vikings have one of the premier defenses in the county. Troy Drayton takes a look at the top offensive linemen, plus we'll take a look at all of next weekend's big games. All of that and more coming up on the South Florida High School Football Show. Hello once again, everybody, and welcome to the South Florida High School Football Show. Joe Zagacki alongside Don Bailey Jr. as we come to you from the Regal Entertainment Group Theater in Plantation, where we are more than just a movie. The high school football season now taking center stage, Don. We are in the thick of it. Teams are playing really well. They're playing hard, and we are seeing some great high school football.
Joe, I think you're seeing the remnants of a great off season and how important it is now for year-round football, and you're also seeing the benefits of it. You're seeing great coaching, you're seeing great routes being run by the receivers, and you're seeing overall great games.
All right, let's take a look at some of the key teams in Dade and Broward County. Let's begin in Broward County with Chaminade Madonna. The Lions are making a charge. They're making a comeback. Jason Milgram is the new head coach there, the former offensive coordinator at St. Thomas. He's been in that system for a long time. He understands what it's like to build a championship team. And in the old presence of Mark Guandolo or Vince Sapone, he's trying to bring the Lions back.
Well, that he is, Joe, and he's got a lot of proud alumni that would like to see that happen. But when you look at where he came from, he understands the importance of the support from the school itself, also the parents, and then what it takes. It takes a great offseason, it takes great coordinators, and then, of course, you've got to build the character of your football team, and a lot of that's done in the weight room and in conditioning.
He likes to run the football right up your alley. Sean Shivers is his running back, doing a really good job, over 9 yards a carry. They're averaging almost 250 yards a game so far early in the season, and that's impressive.
Well, it's the safest way to have success early. When you're implementing your program, if you're able to run the football and not fumble it as well, it eats up time of possession. It allows you to give everybody an opportunity to understand what you want out of your offense, but they're playing some pretty good defense as well.
How about the quarterback, a transfer in from Cypress Bay? Cole Steele has been steady.
He has, and they were fortunate to get him. He's come in and he has a good grasp of the offense, and go back to your running game. When you have success in that area, it gives your quarterback time to be groomed, and also the play action falls right into place.
Chaminade Madonna is coming off an old-fashioned game from back in the 70s and the 80s, played Pace High School this past weekend. Joe Zacchio, Chaminade Madonna used to play Pace on Thanksgiving in the old days, but this is a mid-season game. The defense for Chaminade giving up just 11 points per game.
Yeah, that's the good part about this. When you have the running game in place and your quarterback is doing a nice job and secure with the football, and then you throw in the defense, it usually equals a successful season.
The tail of the Lions season, get it, will be coming up in the next couple of weeks. Somerset and then Westminster. And Westminster, that'll be a real tough ball game.
It certainly will. That's where the test is going to come true. And really for both teams. I think both teams, that's going to be a big challenge.
All right, let's go to Miami-Dade County. Booker T. Washington, of course, they had the long winning streak. They've won all of the championships. They've had a few defections. They've lost their coaching staff over the last couple of years, but Earl Tillman, who has been there in the past and has a steady influence, is back as the Tornadoes head coach. They've lost a lot of talent.
Well, Coach Tillman was there for 3 years as a head coach and did a very good job, and I believe they only returned 5 players from the championship team, so you're recreating an entire environment. You have had a head coach that was in place for many years in Ice Harris, and then you had his son that came after him, so you realize that they had a succession plan in place. Now you've got a new head coach. Even though he's been there before, he is now the new head coach, and the defections and the players that they lost to graduation have had a big impact. Plus, they haven't solidified the quarterback position.
When Coach Tillman was there between 2008 and 2010, he went 28-8, so a good record there. You mentioned the quarterback. They're getting some play from a freshman, and asking a freshman in high school with the lead is a tough deal.
Yeah, that's a ninth grader now. I mean, that's a deal where you throw him into the mix. Now, we saw him early in the season against St. Thomas, and you saw that there is a talent level there. But as we know, you need experience at that position. To expect miracles out of that spot on the field, you're really asking too much.
Yeah, Daniel Richardson is giving it a go. They are still playing good, hard-nosed defense. You mentioned the schedule, though, Don. It's been brutal for them so far. They've taken on St. Thomas, they've taken on Central. Either it's going to make them or break them.
Advanced trading games. That's how I was raised on tough schedules. So what'll happen is if they don't have the season at the end of the day that they expected, all the experience that they gained against these quality of teams will pay dividends down the road.
Not only are they coming off their annual showdown with Central, but in 2 weeks they will collide with Northwestern, and you know that one's always a fierce battle. All right, let's stay in Miami-Dade County. The Norland Vikings, coached by Daryl Heidelberg. He has done a good job in Norland through the years. Last year they were 3-7, but he's got a defense this year to keep them in ball games.
You know, he really slumped last year, but he has proven that he can put Norland in a position to win. He's been to the state championships. They've got great talent at that school, and normally we talk about offense when you talk about Norland. Not this year. It's all about the D.
Now they got shut out by Central, so they're going to have to get that offense going. Norland is in the middle of a grind, one of these grinders that you go through in Miami-Dade County. Central, American Heritage, Northwestern, and then they'll take on Carroll City. All these games have been bunched together, so depth will be an important factor for them.
It will. You want to make sure that you remain healthy, of course, so you avoid any of those issues. But the thing is, while South Florida and some of these schedules, they've done so well in the state championships, is because they play this type of schedule. When you get into the playoffs and you get into running towards state, anytime you play this type of competition, you benefit down the road.
In that area, that neighborhood, that Norland, Miami Gardens area, Carroll City, North Dade Optimist through the years has provided some great players.
Great players, entertaining ball games, and some great collegians.
All right, some very entertaining games were played this past weekend. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
Hi, Joe and Don. I'm Stefano Fusaro. I got some highlights from Friday Night Football. In Broward, a tough battle. Late in the game, Joshua Hammond fights to bring this one down and gives Hallandale the lead 28-20. With St. Thomas Aquinas, they would battle back. Jake Allen finds Trevor Grimes for the touchdown. St. Thomas takes it 36-28 in a nail-biter over Hallandale. Rivalry game at FIU between Columbus and Belen. Quarterback Alejandro Ross making stuff happen. He extends this play, rolls out of the pocket, and hits Daniel Courtney in the end zone. Off the deflection, he catches it for a touchdown. Another big play. This long touchdown by C.J. Henderson seals it. Columbus beats Belen 21-7.
The South Florida High School Football Show is sponsored by the Miami Dolphins, Metro PCS, U.S. Army, Vera Cadillac Buick GMC, Tico Peoples Gas, Adidas, and Regal Cinemas.
The following are real customer testimonials.
I'm Lena from Pinecrest. I love my Buick Enclave from Vera Buick. I've bought 2 cars at Vera and I got the best price and they treat me just like family.
Somos Gina y Roy del Doral. Hemos comprado 4 Cadillacs en Vera, donde recibimos el trato familiar sin mencionar el mejor precio en el sur de la Florida.
Our customers said it all. Experience the Vera difference at Vera Cadillac Buick GMC Pembroke Pines. Vera is 4 miles north of Sun Life Stadium.
Bro, just watch what I do.
This the game that shows us. Pioneer started 24. Bet he don't do it. Sliding up the block.
See that, Jimmy?
When was the moment you knew you were a Dolphins fan? It's being able to say, I've been a fan since perfection.
Completed the greatest season in NFL history.
Since my very first game. Since right now. Each one of us has our since moment. What's yours?
The South Florida High School Football Show's recruiting segment is sponsored by Metro PCS. Wireless for all.
We continue now on the South Florida High School Football Show. Joe Zagacki with my broadcast partner, Don Bailey Jr., as we come to you from the Regal Entertainment Group Theater in Plantation between Pine Island and University, where we are more than just a movie. And time now to move into our recruiting segment. This one is right in your wheelhouse. Here, let me put it on a tee for you. We're going to talk about offensive linemen.
Well, Joe, you know, the thing that I think there is in South Florida is a misconception somewhat in recruiting. I think there's a ton of skilled talent. You've got running backs, you've got receivers, you've had some quarterbacks from time to time, not consistently as far as big-time D1 quarterbacks, but the offensive line in South Florida, Dade and Broward County, for the most part, it's very difficult to find five-star blue-chip players at that position. And a lot of it has to do with limited in size, the heat. They've always seemed to have always been a little undersized, but the last few years there have been a lot more players that have come out at that position. But you talk about being a college program and having to make a living on offensive linemen out of South Florida, it's very difficult.
Yeah, it seems like also a hard position to want to make a living at.
And also, how do you gauge it? Do you have a 300-pounder now who's in 9th, 10th, and 11th grade? But what kind of 300-pounder is he? Is he a guy that's soft in the sense that he doesn't want to hit anybody, or is he also out of condition? So to project that position, how it's going to be, or you look, do you have a 250-pounder? Can you make him a 300-pounder? So there's a lot of evaluation that goes into place for that.
Don Bailey Jr., of course, was a center at Miami Lakes and then the University of Miami. So now we're going to see if we can find some future Don Bailey Juniors here. And we have just the man to do it as we dial him up on our Metro PCS cell phone, LG Optimus F6. And on the other end is Troy Drayton. All right, Troy, let's talk about those offensive linemen.
Thanks, Joe and Don. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty with our big offensive linemen in South Florida. Our first offensive lineman is Nick Eubanks from American Heritage. Nick is 6'6", 215-pound, four-star recruit who has proven to be one of the most sought-after tight ends in South Florida. This hybrid player has allowed his height, strength, and durability to guide him in excelling at a football career in such a short period of time. Nick's top three schools are Alabama, LSU, and South Carolina. There's a good chance we'll be watching this young man play in the SEC next year. Our next offensive lineman is Keenan Forbes from Everglades High School. Keenan is 6'4", 270-pound offensive tackle. He has proven to be an asset for his high school team with his quickness and 4.88 speed, which has given him the opportunity to receive 13 college offers. Our next offensive lineman is Obena Nwankwa of Miramar High School. Obena is 6'3", 260-pound, three-star offensive recruit who has landed offers from Tulane and Florida International University. Although he's still looking to get more offers, Nwankwa is excited for the opportunity to continue his football career. Our next offensive lineman is Kedrick Caesar from Edison High School. Kedrick is a 6'4", 295-pound offensive guard. He received an offer from Temple University late in March. He also visited and spoke with the coaches at the University of Miami. He wants to be a Cane and believes he will land an offer to play in his backyard. Our last offensive lineman is Lou Berkowitz from American Heritage High School. Lou is 6'2", 286-pound center who has received offers from top academic schools such as Harvard, Yale, Cornell, Dartmouth, and Northwestern. He's yet to decide which school he will attend. Don, I know this position is something that's close to your heart. Back to you and Joe.
All right, Troy, thank you very much. And he knows that you're a former lineman.
Well, it's easy, Joe. If you can't run, you can't jump, and you're not athletic, that's where they put you. So it's a pretty easy evaluation on why you're an offensive lineman.
Put you right over the ball.
That's it.
All right, next week we'll take a look at the other side. We'll take a look at some of the defensive linemen. And as we continue on the South Florida High School Football Show, when we come back, we'll have our Coach of the Week right here on the South Florida High School Football Show.
Tico Peoples Gas is awarding the 7th Annual Player of the Year Awards to a player in Miami-Dade and a player in Broward County. Fans can nominate a player by logging on to southfloridahighschoolfootball.com. Click on the Tico Player of the Year icon. Nominations are open until November 30th. After November 30th, revisit the site and vote for the finalist. The players receive a beautiful crystal trophy, and their school receives a $500 donation. Tune in to our National Signing Day TV show on February the 3rd, where the winners are announced. This Dolphin Players Flashback is sponsored by the Miami Dolphins.
I'm Bobby McCain. I play corner here with the Miami Dolphins. High school career, I played corner, receiver, nickel, safety, quarterback, kind of just a full package deal. And just being in high school, you kind of have to do those things. But one of my best memories out of high school is we beat our rival team, Clay Chalkville, one of the last games of the season. And it's just a big game because we hadn't won in a couple of years. And I actually scored a winning touchdown. And that's probably one of the biggest memories I have And just the advice to you guys in high school now, just you know, like I said, make sure you hit the books hard. That's always first, but work on your craft all the time, because you never know who's watching. You never know. You know, you plan to go to the NFL out of high school, but it doesn't work out for everyone. And so just make sure you work on your craft. You work every day, get better every day, do something better than you did the last day.
Vera Cadillac Buick GMC is awarding the Teacher of the Year awards to a teacher in Miami-Dade and a teacher in Broward County. Fans can nominate a teacher by logging on to SouthFloridaHighSchoolFootball.com. Click on the Vera Teacher of the Year icon. Nominations are open until December 30th. The teachers will receive a beautiful crystal trophy and a 6-month lease from Vera Cadillac Buick GMC, and their school receives a $2,000 donation. Tune into our National Signing Day TV show on February 3rd, where the winners will be announced.
You know why I brought you here today? Metro gives you unlimited data, talk, and text, taxes and fees included for $30, period. Holy! With 4G LTE data included.
We love LTE data.
On the nationwide 4G LTE T-Mobile network. Now, let's take some selfies. Switch to Metro PCS for nationwide 4G LTE, $30, period. Plus a free 4G LTE phone after instant rebate. Now, let's get a picture of your free phone taking a picture of my free phone.
For outdoor projects large or small, avoiding buried utility lines is more than food for thought.
What happened?
Know what's below. You or your contractor should always call 811 before you dig. Utilities will mark your lines for free. Brought to you by Tico Peoples Gas.
You love movies. Join the club and the movies will love you back. The Regal Crown Club. With every visit, you earn credits toward free movies, popcorn, and soft drinks. Plus, with a valid email, you'll get money-saving offers and special invitations to exclusive events. Grab a card at the box office, activate it at regmovies.com, or visit our Regal Movies mobile app. Then earn rewards with a swipe or scan of your card right from your phone. So share the love. Join the club, the Regal Crown Club.
The South Florida High School Football Show's Coaches segment is sponsored by Adidas. Stay up to speed with the fastest brand in football on Twitter and Instagram by following @AdidasFBallUS.
Welcome back as we continue now on the South Florida High School Football Show. Joe Zagacki with Don Bailey Jr. as we come to you from the Regal Entertainment Group Theater in Plantation, where we are more than just a movie. Time now for our Coach of the Week segment. We're going to go down south to Miami Palmetto High School and talk with Coach Mike Monasco here in just 1 second. The disclaimer here is that they got off to a good start. We talked about them last week, and then they went out and got shut out. Not our fault. Sorry, Coach, but he's doing a good job.
We're not the jinx, believe me, but we're a big fan of yours. So keep up the good work and keep getting where that program makes a step each week, even if it's an occasional step backwards.
Not an easy job, but he's dedicated to trying to get them going forward and to be competitive.
Well, Joe, and we have to understand, Palmetto's got a great tradition. I mean, there's a lot of history at that school. When you look at the things that he's got to accomplish and the competition in his conference and his division, it's a tough road to hoe.
Mike Monasco is in his second year, and we asked him if it is going as planned.
I think I did. I think we were able to clean up a little bit of what the program was lacking last year. You know, we didn't sacrifice anything. You know, we made sure we did everything the right way. You know, maybe I could have even been a little bit more. You know, done a little bit more. Second year, building the foundation of what we want to do here. You know, winning helps, but you know, we're in it for the long term. So we have a plan in place, and you know, we're just going to keep on trying to take each week as it comes. I'm a graduate of Palmetto. Most of my coaches are, and you know, they've been on hard times lately. And it's definitely a winning culture is hard. Winning is something that that you have to be taught how to do, and that's really what we're doing. We're trying to create a lot of positive atmosphere, trying to bring the pride back. The administration of Palmetto is absolutely great with us, with trying to bring the pride back to the school, and you know, winning helps. My first head coaching job was at Westland Hialeah, and we started that program. And I think it taught us, my coaching staff and I, you know, what our flaws were, and maybe we weren't as good coaches as we thought we were. And we had to go back and understand that it's a process, and everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to have Division I kids, but high school football is not like that. High school football is about building the total student athlete, and you know, teaching the kids. And you're right, you can't tell them I've done it or when I was at Palmetto this is how it was. That doesn't work. you need to show them, and when you win, you have a little bit of proof. We're going to be competitive. The kids are going to play with a lot of passion. We're instilling the fact that we're out here to win, and the kids need to understand that, and we want to put on a good show for the fans. Obviously, the more fan support we get, the better the program is in total. I mean, more guys that support us, more people that come out, the better the kids see it, and they understand that, hey, we're going in the right direction.
All right, Coach, thank you very much, and good luck the rest of the way. When we come back, this is just becoming a very, very popular segment because we're going to go around Miami-Dade and Broward County and take a look at as many games as we possibly can. A plethora of games on the menu.
I'm sure you like this segment the most. I can tell. We're excited to talk about everybody.
All right, stay tuned. Our preview is coming up next right here on the South Florida High School Football Show.
Remember, South Florida high school football fans, you can stay in the know with the latest news and updates by following us on social media. Follow us on Twitter at HSFBall, Instagram at SFHSFS, and be sure to like us on Facebook at South Florida High School Football. Time now for the U.S. Army All-American nominees. Dante Carrier Williams of St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Dante is 6'4" and weighs 185 pounds. Carrier Williams is a 3-star recruit with a 4.6 40-yard dash at the cornerback position. He ranks among the top 65 in the state overall. Carrier Williams has received over a dozen offers so far. Dredrick Snelson of American Heritage School. Snelson is 6 feet tall and weighs 192 pounds. This talented 4-star recruit is entering his senior year with a positive attitude as he is ranked in the top 100. This wide receiver has the dedication and motivation to lead his team to a successful football year.
Bro, just watch what I do.
This the game that shows us. Pioneers started 24. Bet he don't do it. Sliding up the block like a goal.
See that, Jimmy?
The following are real customer testimonials.
I'm Davina from Pembroke Pines, and I buy my Cadillacs at Vera, and I get the best prices with no hassles. I love Vera.
We are Don and Scott from Davie. We bought our GMC Sierra from Vera. It was the most fun we've had buying a car, and it was the best price in South Florida.
Experience the Vera difference at Vera Cadillac Buick GMC Pembroke Pines. Vera is 4 miles north of Sun Life Stadium.
Closed caption sponsored by Regal Cinemas, where we are more than just a movie.
Welcome back to the South Florida High School Football Show. Joe Zagacki alongside Don Bailey Jr. We're at the movie theater. We're in Plantation at the Regal Entertainment Group Theater here in Plantation, where we are more than just a movie. Okay, we're going to go through all of these games in Dade and Broward County. You ready to go?
Yeah, I guess so. You're putting me on a pop quiz every week here now.
Everybody can look for their team. The action begins on Wednesday as Miami Springs will be home against Morning. Should be a good matchup.
I got to go with the Springs, Joe.
All right, very good. We move on to Thursday in Broward County. Dillard home against Boyd Anderson. Some great athletes there. At Varela, Braddock will take on Varela at Tropical Park.
I'm going to go with Braddock.
Coral Park will take on Columbus. Columbus having a good season.
Absolutely got to go with Columbus.
Westminster Christian home against Everglades, and Reagan will be at Goldman at Mylander Stadium. North Miami against Hialeah Gardens.
I'm going with the Pioneers.
Hialeah Miami Lakes, tough one against Northwestern.
You're making this difficult on me, but I can't ever go against my Trojans.
We've talked a lot about Palmetto. They are home against Homestead.
We'll go with Homestead.
It's going to be a tough one for Palmetto. East Lake will be at International School of Broward, 7 o'clock at Bamford Park. International School, they're brand new. Good luck. Westland Hialeah at South Miami.
We're going to go South Miami.
Let's move on to Friday. Archbishop Curley goes down south to take on Marathon.
Would y'all go with Curley?
Our broadcast game is going to be American Heritage against Stranahan. This should be a good one. Stranahan has good speed, good depth at wide receiver. You know, Heritage is very talented.
That they are, Joe. I'm going to not pick this game since we're broadcasting it.
All right, that sounds good to me. Elsewhere, Southwest will be at Belen Jesuit.
I will take Southwest.
Archbishop McCarthy, they're home against Glades. They like McCarthy in that one. Ely is going to be in Fort Lauderdale to take on Fort Lauderdale. Should be a very good game. Keysgate will be at Booker T.
I'm going to go with Booker T. They're going to get this thing rolling.
Boynton Beach at home against Northeast. This is a pretty good rival game.
Northeast, I will choose them.
Pinecrest will be at Calvary Christian. Calvary Christian always has a top shelf program. Here's a good one. Cardinal Gibbons at Coconut Creek. I think there'll be a lot of points in that one.
I do too. Let's go with Coconut Creek.
We talked about Chaminade Madonna earlier. They are at Somerset. Champagnat is home against Village Academy, and Clewiston will be at University School.
Let's go out of the box and go with Clewiston.
In Broward County, MacArthur is home against Cooper City.
Cooper City.
Down in Miami-Dade County, Coral Gables will be entertaining Miami High.
I'm taking the Gables.
That's an old-time game right there.
Yeah.
North Broward Prep will be at Coral Glades in Broward County.
I'll go with Coral Glades.
Down in Miami-Dade, Coral Reef home against Ferguson.
Ferguson it'll be.
Westminster Academy home against Coral Shores.
Coral Shores.
In Broward County, Coral Springs will be at Douglas. That's a rival game.
Let's go Douglas.
Florida Christian will be home against Coral Springs Charter. Western will be at Cypress Bay taking on Mark Guandola. Should be a good one for Coach G.
Hard for me to go against Coach Guandola.
Deerfield Beach home against Taravella.
Taravella.
Doral Academy will be home against Sunset. Edison will be at Gulliver Prep. A lot of great athletes in that one.
Yeah, let's take the Red Raiders.
Good one in Broward County right here. Everglades at Plantation.
Plantation.
Here's a hard-nosed game. At Miramar, Flanagan will take on the Patriots.
Let's stick with Miramar.
I like Flanagan in that
one.
All right. Glades Central will be at Somerset Academy. Jackson is home against Hollandale. That's a top shelf game right there.
It really is, and I'm going to go with Earl Little and the Generals.
North Miami Beach is home against Hialeah.
I'll go, of course, with North Miami Beach and Coach Bertani.
Miami Community Charter will be at Highlands Christian. West Broward will be at Hollywood Hills.
Let's go with the Hills.
Pembroke Pines Charter will take on Key West. Tough place to go.
Tough place to go. I'm going to go with the Conks.
Miami Country Day is home against St. Andrews. Monarch is home against Piper. Boy, that's going to be a tough one as well.
Well, we'll go Monarch and Miami Country Day.
All right, Nova home against South Broward.
South Broward it'll be.
Palmer Trinity will entertain Pinecrest Prep.
Pinecrest Prep will be the one I'll choose on that one.
Ransom Everglades will be entertaining Pompano Beach, Lake Everglades a little bit.
Pompano Beach.
That's going to be a heck of a game down south. South Ridge will be at South Dade.
Got to go with the Ridge.
And on Saturday, Dr. Kropp will take on American at American.
I'll go with the Doctor.
And perhaps the best for last, Central at Carroll City at Traz Powell.
Got to go with Carroll City. I'm sorry.
That one's going to be at the Mecca of high school football.
That's right. I got to go with Coach Hill and see if he can get it done with the Chiefs.
That should be a great game. All right. We wish everybody the best of luck in your games next week and hope everybody can get out to see your favorite high school. For Don Bailey Jr., I'm Joe Zagacki. We'll see you next week right here on the South Florida High School Football Show.
The South Florida High School Football Show has been sponsored by the Miami Dolphins, Metro PCS, U.S. Army, Vera Cadillac Buick GMC, Tico Peoples Gas, Adidas, and Regal Cinemas.
This is the Mecca of high school stadium. Mecca on three. Some of y'all, this is y'all first time playing in the stadium. This is the Mecca. All right, this is right there. Monument. Super Bowl. Everybody stand?
Yes, Coach.
Coach, do our thing. Let's get our first win out here. Let's go.
Hard work on three, boys.
Hard work on three. Let's go.
Hard work on three. Hard work on three. 1, 2, 3. Hard work.